What's up, Fantasy Freaks? It's Rob here, back for my round 20 review. I had a respectable round this week with a score of 893 and a round rank of 7232. That helped my rank a little, but there is still a ways to go to get inside the top 10k. On the bright side, I only used 2 trades, so that will help my squad this week as I'm going all in on some big guns. Cleary made it through his return and looked in great shape. Cool as a cucumber, slotting the winning field goal, and he will definitely be in the team this week. The 2 trades I made this week were Haas and Starling, in for the injured King and Aitken. Haas had an OK 53, but I had hoped for a bit more from my captain. Starling was the one I should have captained, scoring 62 points against my woeful Warriors, who had another disappointing loss. For the life of me, I can't understand how professional league clubs do not have at least 3 kickers that can kick at 80%. It is not rocket science, it just takes practice. They have a whole off season that they could be practicing. Anyway, that's my rant. Maybe next year is our year. Back to my wonderful NRL fantasy freaks. Look at that bench. 72 for Blore, 71 for Lukey with a double, Starling with the 62, and Lawton, who did an amazing job marking up against Fafita. After that performance, Lawton may have locked down an edge spot for the rest of the year, which could definitely come in handy on the run home. Grant with 50, Crichton 64, Fafita 56, Garrick 53, and Carrez with 50 were all pulling their weight. Platham with 32 and Weeks with 29 were the 2 underperformers, and make them definite sells, in my opinion. Weeks at the back has been scoring worldy tries to prop up his score, so a low one was inevitable. Without the kicking, he just doesn't have the base, and with a B of 53 is going to start losing cash, as he hasn't scored higher than that for the last 5 at fullback. Since Platt's moved to hooker, he has had a 35 and a 32, and with JMK not back until round 25, it looks like he has to go. I was happy with Moran's 29 for his 280k price tag. I managed to get through a round without any injuries, unbelievable. That is just what I need, as I only have 3 trades left after this week, and we could all do with a few rounds of no injuries to help us get to the end of the season. Looking at the league, I had a good week this week, which saw me jump back into 5th and so close to 4th, only 3 points behind. I've put up some numbers here with money in the bank and team value, and we can see that sunk coach Jason fallacy at 13.63 mil is looking strong. Munster United with 12.27 and 1.385 mil in the bank is about equal team value, and 4 and 20 Pi has only used 38 trades, so and he's like over 300 points ahead of second, so he looks impossible to catch. And we've got Hawk Tour Hawks at 13, just over 13 mil, used 38 trades, and 3 points ahead of me. So we're going to have a look at his team, Munster United's team, to see if I can catch them. First up, Munster United, who I'm 199 points behind. He's got the issue of Plath and Weeks in his team, who are underperforming. He's got May, who is number 17 and will only get like 40 minutes probably. Wishart, who has Munster breathing down his neck. Brayley and Lucas must be on the chopping block. And C&K is nowhere to be seen. And with the Knights on bye, he has no Gagai this week. The 1.38 mil he has in the bank will help fix some problems. but his team is looking very weak, so that there is hope that I can catch him. Hawk Tour Hawks has a much similar squad to mine, and again the Weeks and Plath dilemma. Lehigh Hopewadi picked up the eye injury and won't be back until round 25. Moses is gone for the season. Whangalongo and Talakai are off the bench, so won't score great. He has no money in the bank either, so it'll be a lot harder to fix these problems. Although, looking at it, he already has Cleary and Yo, and he could just trade Plath and Weeks for Fogarty and Starling and get Ponga for Moses next week, so he wouldn't need any cash. He will be hard to catch. Let's look at my trades this week. Reinforcements have arrived. The mighty Penrith duo of Cleary and Yo are in, along with AFB, for the second time this season. Yo and Haas are the premier mids this season, but AFB has not been too far behind. With Harris out for the season, the big man is likely to get increased minutes, and his try-scoring potential is one of the Warriors' strike weapons. And with all their backs injured, they are likely to play a lot through the middle, which should increase his chances for offloads. Cleary is the GOAT, and it's good to have him back. Please don't get injured again. I've worked out that I'll have enough money to go sharp to Ponga and have 2 trades left for injuries. So this is how the team lines up for round 21. Grant up top, AFB, Yo and Haas make up a strong front row. Haas has the VC. Crichton and Fafita are the best edges in the game. Cleary and Hughes are the best halves combo you can get, and Cleary has to be captain after last week's performance. Garrick and Iro in the centres are solid. Carraz, Drinky, and Campbell are all averaging 48 plus, which is a pretty good back three. Then on the bench, I've got Bloor, Luke, and Starling, who all smashed it last week. So let's hope they can do that again. And I'm looping Sharp to get either Fainu or Lawton. If Fainu gets under 40, I'll move Lawton up. Hands and Moriner round out the bench. Let's look at the best performing players in each position so far this year. First up, it's hookers. Marnie and Cook are the form hookers at this stage, averaging 60 and 59 for their last 3, which has elevated them to the top of the rankings. I've got the 5th and 11th best hookers on form, which isn't great. Hopefully Grant can sort his shit out, and the Rabbits can get knocked out of playoff contention so Cook becomes redundant. The mids are looking much better for me, owning the top 3. But there are lots of options, and Barnett, Cotter, and Kolomatangi, even Watson, are all great options. I've got the top 2 edges as well, in Fafita and Crichton. Barnett and Colo would be good options as well. In the halves, it's the same story. I've got the best 2 available halves in Cleary and Hughes. Hughes could go down a bit with Munster returning, but I don't think so because Wishart has been playing awesome as well. There's quite a few halves to choose from here with Fogarty back, Campbell's playing well, DCE, Burton, even Galvin is solid, averaging just under 52. In the centres, I have the 8th and 11th best, so it's not a great position for me. But if we look at the list, Aitken's out for the season, Manu's been out injured, and Lucas struggles to get game time. Fermor's a good option. Lomax is there. Gagai is always good. And Farnworth is another great option. A lot of people are jumping on the hammer as well after his great showing last week. In the wing fullback position, I've got the number 1 in Campbell, who's the highest average available, just ahead of Tedesco. Walsh, Tommy T, and Brian To'o are all good options. Ponga, as I said, is who I'm going to target to bring in. And you've got Lomax there and Manu as well. Drinky is the 9th best, and hopefully he can get back to some of his best form, trying to get the Cowboys into finals contention. So I've updated the plan. Ponga in for Sharp will leave me 2 trades for injuries for the remaining 5 rounds, assuming no one gets injured this week. Squad depth looks pretty strong with 4 hookers, means I got 3 backup options. 5 mids, 2 backup options. 6 edges is overkill with 4 backup options. 4 halves is good. 3 centers and 5 wing fullbacks means I've technically only got 1 cover for the back 5. So if there's multiple injuries at the back, I'll definitely have to use a trade. But anywhere else in the squad, I can probably get away with an injury for a week or 2. No long-term injuries, please. Anyway, that's it for this week. Good luck, everyone, and I will see you in the next video.